Any question, or we should start? Okay, so let's start. Okay, the first lecture is by me. It's an overview presentation, Artificial Intelligence in 2017. And the first one is about the influence of AI. Is AI important? Is AI actually contributing something to the human society or not? Or is it irrelevant? Or is it just that we just talk about it and nothing really happens in real life? And there is a paper by Kosinski, published by a serious journal. Pointer is here. It is published in, they're from Stanford University, and they have done a study trying to determine from the face whether a person is homo or hetero oriented. It's about sexual orientation. And the system, the deep neural network, was able to achieve 91% accuracy for men and 83% for women. And it was better, 20% better than humans. So totally amazing. If you asked me before that, I would say no, it's not possible. But I'm kind of an expert dealing with tens of years in this field. So the question is, how is that possible? I mean, and afterwards there was some explanation. Deep neural networks are difficult to explain, but basically it seems that these are the facial features that determine, and the chin, let's say the nose, and this eyebrow, so this relation somehow determine from the face what is the sexual orientation of a person. This 89% was actually achieved by from five pictures, not from one only. And there is a long debate between two groups of researchers. Some say that sexual orientation is genetically determined, and the others say it's not. So it's a strong two positions. They fight among each other and publish papers. It is not. And if this is true, truly valid, and it's from Stanford University, so I would say it is. So it seems to be correct. Okay, it has to be verified in addition, but it seems to be correct. And that's why it's obviously that the form of your face is not determined which education you take, but by your genetics, right? So that's this. You see, just one publication from the AI field, and you have already determined one of the issues that humans were discussing for decades. So it's an enormous influence, okay? It's an enormous influence. And does AI teach humans? Does AI teach humans? Obviously, yes, because after you understand what you have to look for, you improve your accuracy, because whereas deep neural networks achieve 91%, humans achieve about 70%, so 20 percentage points worse. So it's quite a big difference, amazingly big difference. But after you study this a little bit, you actually improve your accuracy here. So it is the case that after AI achieves better results than humans, then humans are smart enough to learn from the AI. So we already learn from the AI. Is it going to be misused? Unfortunately, everything that you discover can be misused, and this might also be misused, unfortunately, as well. We hope not. And the question is, how is it possible? How is it possible that AI is 20% better than humans? Okay. Hello, everybody. Nice to have you here. And the answer is that if you look visual task here, this is a visual competition. Probably you have seen this slide many times before, and it shows you the error here in this competition. And you see during the years the numbers went down. So this is 2010. And this is 2015. At 2015, deep neural networks achieved about the same results as humans. So similar results as humans. And now this error is going down. And in many cases, deep neural networks are better than humans in visual tasks. So they're actually better. Well, is it important that you know about the human orientation or not? Well, for some it is, but basically it's not essential. But there are several other tasks that are really important for you. For example, you have, there is a suspicion that somebody has cancer. and then you can get tissue, and then you can analyze it. And there were several types of cancers already studied in this way with deep neural networks, and nearly always the results were better or about the same as the best human experts. Okay? So it seems that whenever you have tissue and you have the suspicion for cancer, the AI on the deep neural networks will produce better results. And there are also other cases. For example, you can determine illness from looking from the eyes, and you can also determine IQ from the facial expression to a point and so forth. And the first question that comes to my mind, okay, so how many programs of deep neural network are analyzing tissue in our institutions in Slovenia? I would say 0. How is that possible? I mean, the answer is pretty simple. We humans are slow. The computers, the AI, they are very fast, and we humans are unfortunately slow. The speed of adaptation and learning is slow, and we need to change the learning and the adaptation as well. So we have to change the way we study, we learn, we perform. For example, if you want to introduce a program for tissue in Slovenia, you have to get ethical permission, you have to get this bureaucratic and that bureaucratic case. So it takes years. It takes years, and people are dying because of that. And nobody takes care of it. So we should change that. Now also in 2017 there were several other achievements, for example like Texas Hold'em poker. So you bluff. In Texas you bluff, you know, and it's unlimited. It's unlimited Texas Hold'em poker. So the amount of the bet is not limited. It's a limitation. The limitation here is that there are only 2 players, not 5 or 10. And you have Dota 2. Again, it is limited to 2 players. This is Elon Musk's OpenAI, if you're familiar with that case. And it's really amazing. People couldn't believe that, you know, Dota 2 is the best known game. You somehow drive a person or hero, and it can throw several of these healing situations, and you can perform several attacks and so forth. And nobody believed that would happen, but it happened. And now human players, best human players, are studying the moves of AI and copy those moves. Again, the AI teaches humans how to do the task better. And there are lots of other cases here. But I will jump now to Ichkai. In Ichkai, you see this is the number of papers. This is 2007, this is 2013, for example, and this is 2017. It was held in Australia, and it was about 2,500 papers. So you see this jump, this growth in interest in AI, it's pretty obvious. So everything is sunny in the field of AI, okay? Maybe. But if you look at submitted papers, you somehow realize that China is far the leading country. And it also shows that AI is becoming the dominant force in the world. So it means that maybe some other continents like United States and European Union, these are the blocks, are not so important as they used to be. So the shift of power is somehow changing. This is a social change, but it's also a research change, because if you have such a large mass of papers, it means that there has to be pretty good quality. But if you look at the achievements, there is an obvious change between this, let's say, this world of language, this world of semantics, and this world of meaning. In the world of meaning, AI computers fail miserably as they used to. So if you look at the Turing tests, there's no problem for humans to depict pretty soon who is human and who is not. Okay. And if you look at the evolution of AI, you see that this is the normal progress, but the advancement of AI to general intelligence is inevitable, and it will come pretty soon. Probably there will be first a jump to the general intelligence, so the AI will be able to deal with lots of different domains, and then there will be jumps to the superintelligence. That will change, of course, the world. The world is already changing due to AI, but much more profound changes are still to come. Okay, I have still a couple of minutes, because I'm the chair, but I should finish now. The Future of Life Institute organized a conference in January this year, and based on the consensus, they have designed 23 principles. These principles should guide AI, how we should perform AI in order to avoid problems with negative superintelligence that might collide or combat humans. I will just highlight some of them. The goal of AI should be to create not undirected intelligence, but beneficial intelligence. So you should not create anything, but you should create something that will be beneficial. There should be constructive and healthy exchange between AI researchers and policymakers. It does show that currently there is no. So we should improve that. And if you look at Slovenia, several of the, let's say, the research that we do, for example, in demography, it's not implemented in the actual politics of the national ministry. So there is a huge difference because they don't seem to realize that AI is much more powerful than statistics, and it shows you which measurements are better and which are not. But that should be improved overall. It's not only our country, it's the same in other countries as well. There should be cooperation, trust, and transparency between the researchers and developers. It seems that the developers that are doing for commercial companies, they look the world much different. They care about the money as their bosses do, their directors do. And that's why there is a big difference between these academic researchers and these business who want to learn money, and that's number one. If AI causes harm, it should be possible to ascertain why. We should have some moral implications. Okay, time is running out. Highly autonomous systems should be designed. It can be assured to align with human values. So this is a simple statement, but it's a bit complicated. So when you're doing an AI, or advanced AI, you should take care that the advanced AI is somehow similar or aligned to human values. It sounds strange, right? But maybe it's not so strange. We should choose how and whether to delegate decisions to AI, and not the vice versa. The arms race and lethal autonomous weapons should be avoided. In our AI society, Mitja as president, currently we have also performed several actions in order to somehow to increase these possibilities that autonomous weapons get forbidden. We should avoid strong assumptions regarding upper limits of future AI. So we should not say we will never reach superintelligence, because that's not very wise. It will probably happen, we don't know when. So don't say what is not possible for the AI, because if you ask me, I would say no, it's not possible for the face to determine who is oriented in this or that direction. And advanced AI could represent a profound change in the history of life on Earth, and should be planned and managed with commensurate care and resources. Thank you. We have applaud. Okay. Now we have 2 minutes for questions.